Assalamualaikum. My group member and I gonna talk about debt in Islam. What does debt mean in Islam? Its meaning lending someone money or we take a loan from someone else without any benefit or excess amount. In Islam, debt is taken very seriously. Even loans without riba, it is still discouraged. Nabi Muhammad also mentioned that whoever dies free from these three things, which are cheating, arrogance, and debt, they will be allowed to enter paradise. Although Islam does allow a person to take a loan under some situation, the one in debt should be able to repay it. In this modern world that we live in, sometimes we forget that we are in too much debt. Next is, we believe that anyone can die at any time, so we need to make sure that we have to plan this out. We should write or let our family member or friend knows about our debt so that they can pay the debt on our behalf. Also, we need to remember to always seek from Allah as He is the best planner and to help you in any way. Du'as and prayer of worship to Him to seek help. We can recite dua and pray at any point of the day as well.
Qard and Dain are Islamic terms that refers to the granting or taking of loans. Dain incurs any interest as a liability to another entity that must be settled later for little benefit over the principal sums. Qard can be described as an interest-free loan offered on a goodwill basis to vulnerable borrowers. Qard al-Hassan in particular offers funding for humanitarian and health needs at a little benefit to the investor. The borrowers gain possession of the loan products which he or she may use, purchase, offer, or donate. The Sharia places a high value on loan and debt redemption, and the creditor has a legal duty to repay a loan. To reduce the possibility of default, Islamic banks may have a penalty provision in their loan contract. Muslim jurists distinguish between loans or obligations that have been due and those that may be called back at.
Riba is prohibited on debt by Quran and the Hadith. One reason that by Islam prohibits riba is the injustice of sharing this multiplying in wealth between the lender and the borrower. Although the amount of profit or loss that is going to generate as a result of using the loan cannot be known in advance, determining the rate of riba from using the debt between the parties, and as a result, one of parties, either the buyer or borrower, must necessarily suffer losses. This is the most important reason why riba is forbidden in Islam. If the credit is for production or consumption purposes, the interest rate is high or low. The excess added to the main money is called riba, interest, benefit, or income share. The interest is real or nominal, positive or negative, the poor or rich, or individual or institution that pays the interest doesn't change the provision of haram.
The impact of debt. Debt is often used to describe one's financial situation. Raising public debt holds back economic growth. Most of us are finding out for the first time. Emerging country debt level are rising and developing country are considered in careers. If the country's debt earned by the government was divided up and distributed to the people, it would have a beneficial impact on country productivity. The greater the development of economics, the worse is for the planet. Author said, Jordan government is taking measures to help economy prosper over the long term. It would have an effect in the near term, but in the longer term it would be good for the economy. To conclude that, public debt had little impact on economy development. It is beneficial for the government to spend their resources on the economy.
Is take a loan from bank is haram in Islam? This is an extremely crucial question that must be answered. Any loan that allows for a benefit on top of it is considered as to be riba, which is usury and one of the Islamic 7 major sins. Allah said, قال تعالى وما أوتيتم من ربا ليربو في أموال الناس فلا يربو عند الله وما أوتيتم من زكاة تريدون وجه الله فأولئك هم المضعفون. And hadith said عن جابر رضي الله عنه قال لعن الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم آكل الربا وموكله وكاتبه وشهيده وقال هم سواء. In Islam, a loan is only permissible if it is interest-free. For example, if a Muslim friend or brother approaches you and asks you for a loan and you say yes, but you said that is it. There is no another excessive amount. It is as if you have gained a reward of Allah. Furthermore, Islamic banks do not lend because they are trying to afford this kind of thing. What they do is halal transactions. For example, murabaha. Murabaha is like bank will purchase some commodities and then they sell it to you at what cost they want. That is not haram as long as both parties agreed with each other. This transaction is called murabaha.
How can Muslim manage debt? The first lesson that we learn from the longest verse in the Holy Quran, which is Ayat 10, this verse is that whenever there is a financial transaction or a contract of debt, it should be written down so that all the parties involved in the transaction or contract will know their rights and obligations. Furthermore, the transaction or contract written should be written with fairness so that no one would be oppressed or have any element of injustice. Most importantly is that we have to try our best to be transparent with the people who we owe money and let them know if we are able or unable to pay them their money so that we can come up to mutual agreement with them about the time and the installments that we need to pay them their money. Last but not least, we have to bear in mind that fulfillment of our obligation, aside from it being a religious obligation, is also an ethical obligation that we have to fulfill.
In conclusion, debt is tolerated in Islam as long as it does not damage anyone. The fundamental concept of debt obligation is to benefit each other as per agreement in relationship, namely to support each other.